Hey y'all, hey, it's me, Ariston, and I am so excited that you have found me on today. We are going to be discussing, guess what? The art of selfishness. Why are we talking about selfishness? Because each and every last one of us, we have to learn how to be selfish. Why? Because it is imperative to our growth and our development in life. So that is what we are going to be discussing today. For those of you watching me for the first time, if you want to know more about me, you can visit my website, www.loveariston.com. It's also in the link below. I'm just a wonderful, warm, loving person who really wants to see you win. So today, before I start talking about selfishness, I've purposely come on here with zero makeup. The reason why is because this channel, we want to instill confidence. Why is confidence important? Confidence is important because it affects every last part of your life. Right now, we are competing up against all of these women who have these fake bodies and we want to be like them, and they're all made up pretty, looking like Barbie dolls. And then when you see them in public, you don't even recognize them. So that's the last thing I want to do, is a misrepresentation of myself. I want you to be comfortable with you, who you are. And the only way that I can help you to become comfortable is if I come with no makeup, at least for this first time. I do like makeup, not too much. I usually just generally like to do my eyes, my eyebrows, just something simple. But I believe in natural beauty, and I actually like my face. I like the way I look. Of course, we all have imperfections, but we have to learn to love those imperfections. And that's leading us right into what? The art of being selfish. So I have some notes, because if I don't have notes, guess what I'll do? I will talk all day long, and this will end up being like a 3-hour video. So I have notes so that I can stay on track. And of course, if you guys have any questions, any comments, please leave them below. I do not participate in foolishness. So if, I every now and again, I'll get some kind of off-brand remarks or whatever. I know how to handle people. I love everybody. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to go up against you, because you know what? Everybody is entitled to their opinion, and I'm not about to argue with you because I have somewhere to be in life, and it's not stooping to an infantile level to argue with somebody over my own personal beliefs. So let's jump right in. You guys have to tell me who you are, because I don't know you guys. So you guys will have to tell me who you are. So we are talking about the art of selfishness. Question number 1. When is it okay to be selfish? Guys, it's okay to be selfish all the time. And I'm going to tell you why. First, I'm going to read a good definition of what selfishness is. Selfishness is a lack of consideration for others, concern chiefly with one's own personal profit or pleasure. Why is that bad? It's not bad to a degree. You are concerned with yourself. Should you be concerned with other people? You should have a certain level of care and compassion, because I have love, care, compassion. I will do anything for anybody. However, I'm not about to just let anybody do whatever they want to do to me and walk all over me and put them before me. No, I'm not going to do that. And you shouldn't either. You know why? Because we have to understand who we are. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to make that investment in ourselves before we can be of any use to anybody else. And that is, in some people's eyes, selfish. Think about it. You putting yourself first before anybody else. How many of you have given your last to somebody? You know you really didn't have it, but you just felt bad. You felt obligated, and then you just gave them whatever it was that they were asking for. No, we have to stop that, because it's not getting us anywhere. How many of you have stories? All that I did for this person, and this is how they treat me. Oh, I give you everything and you can't even. Exactly. Stop. All right. Stop first expecting people to be who you are. Okay. We cannot expect what we are to another person for that person to be that to us, because it's unfair, and we've put a responsibility on them that they didn't ask for. So to curve that, stop being all that stuff to other people until you reach a level of confidence, security, and certainty that you're able to do that and not be upset at the end of the day. Because I know myself, I'm a giver. But it has been times where people just have been using me, and I lay in the bed at night and I'm like, why in the world did I do that? Like, I feel so stupid. I'm not doing anything else for anybody. All of that. So you can prevent all of that by not doing anything for anybody until you can do it and not care. So if you are a millionaire and you're giving to people and they're not paying you back, oh, so what? You know why? Because I got it anyway. And so you have to learn how to be selfish. So everything that I'm talking about is selfish, but it's selfish to benefit you, your own personal growth and development. And that's what it's all about. We have to be better. We can't help anybody else if we are not okay ourselves. So now, question. If you don't think about you, who else is going to think about you? Honestly, answer that question. Now, for those of you whose parents are living, most parents are going to think about you. They're going to care about you. They're going to make sure you're okay. But besides parents, maybe some siblings, who's really going to care? Start evaluating the people in your life. Sit down with a piece of paper and just sit down there and write down the names of people who, if you got into a bind, that you could really call on to help you out that bind and not talk about you at the same time. It's a tough one. Now, I'm speaking from a place from not a lot of support. I don't have a lot of support. I have my husband, I have my mom, I have, my kids. I don't know about them kids because they a little funny acting. But my support circle is small, so I can probably count on one hand, maybe two, the people that I have that's going to support me if I really, really need help. And I have needed help. Okay. So let's talk about how to be selfish in a good way. First and foremost, for you women, you are a queen. You hear me? And I'm giving you a scepter to go along with it. Why? Because if you are a queen, that means you're what? Royalty. That means what? You invest in who? Yourself. Is that selfish? It's a little selfish, but it's not selfish. Why wouldn't you want to invest in yourself? Give me one good reason why you would not want to invest in yourself. And I bet you can't give me any reasons, right? Right. So how do you invest in yourself? You look good. And if you look good, guess what? You feel good. So investing in yourself involves self-discovery, understanding what makes you happy, what makes you unhappy, what is going to make you really feel confident and good about who you are. So we have to start there, investing in ourselves. So let's talk about a couple of things that we can do to invest in ourselves. So I was having this conversation earlier with a young lady, and she called me and she was like, I see all these women with these great bodies and they have their hair and their makeup done and everything just looks so perfect and in place, and I just feel so bad about myself. Well, she's a pretty little curly head cutie, all right? But for some reason, these people that she have been seeing has started to mess with her confidence. So this is what I told her, and this is relevant for you too. If you don't like something about yourself, you're more than welcome to change it. You don't have to walk around if you are on the heavier side and you don't want to be on the heavier side. Sweetheart, you don't have to walk around on the heavier side. You are able to lose weight. Now, it might take time, okay? But you are able to lose it. I am a little heavier than I want by about, I can probably lose about 15 pounds good. 20 if I want to just eat garbage all the time, okay? I feel better when I'm a little bit smaller than what I am. Literally, like my blood pressure is lower, my feet don't tingle, and I'm not that big, as you can see. Can you see? I'm not that big, but I got a little juicy meaty to me, okay? And when I lose weight, I feel better. So that's one of the things that you can do. If you are not happy with yourself, you can change it. You can alter certain things. Now, ladies, some things you can't change, like this big nose. No, it's not going anywhere. I had to accept this a long time ago. Came to terms with it about 17, 18 years old when I figured out it wasn't going anywhere. Now, my cousin could do some bad to the bone makeup where she could make this thing look really, really small. But it's a part of who I am. And so that part I've had to accept. But as far as, back to the young lady, as far as the way you look, you can change that. You want to dress fancy. Maybe you don't know how to dress fancy. Just scroll through the internet, look at hot fashions for 2021, and start picking out outfits. And guess what? If you are doing it on a budget, go to the thrift store. I don't personally know how to thrift at all. Every time I go to the thrift store, I go right to the new section and I still can't find anything. So, but some of you guys, if you spend the time, you can go thrifting. You can find inexpensive clothes to do what? Enhance yourself. It's nothing wrong with looking beautiful. It's nothing wrong with feeling good about who you are, because the way you feel, believe me, it leaks out into all the situations in your life. You may go somewhere thinking you look good, and then you see all these people that you go into the event with, and they all look super good. And instantly you got an attitude. You got an attitude because the hairstyle you thought was cute, it's not so cute when you're looking at theirs. Their bodies look really nice in those dresses, and you kind of look frumpy. You got on flats versus heels. Now you got an instant attitude. Everybody asking you what's wrong with you. Oh, it's nothing wrong with me. I'm just fine. It's just no, you're upset because you don't like the way you look. So start liking the way you look. And the way you start liking the way you look is you change yourself. Now, this is going to require what? For you to get up a little bit earlier in the morning. So if you want to get up, you want to take time. This is what I told the girl. Get up an hour or two earlier so that you can pick out your clothes nicely, so that you can spend time. If you want to wear makeup, okay? If you want to do something nice to your hair, do something nice to your hair. But you can't wake up 5 minutes before you get ready to go somewhere, and now you're throwing on makeup and trying to just and then you go out the house tattered and torn. It's not going to work. So if you want to look better, so you can feel good, so that you can boost your confidence, you have to get up a little earlier in order to do that. So you get up, you find you some nice clothes, you put you on some makeup. If you don't know how to do makeup, there's plenty of tutorials. I don't know how to do makeup like that. I do a little something with my eyes. I darken my eyebrows sometimes, as you guys will see. I do a little bit of that, but I don't know how to do the makeup. I'm not really interested in it because I've come to terms with who I am, and I love who I am. I love my skin. It's not, I got a little couple blemishes here and there, but I use rose hip oil, vitamin E oil. I use St. Ives as a exfoliant. And that's pretty much it, guys. And my skin is pretty nice, okay? I have breakouts, but it's pretty nice. I really like the way I look. And I want you to really like the way you look too, because you're beautiful. Everybody has their own kind of beautiful, okay? So that's the first thing. If you have a problem losing weight, if you have some money, invest in yourself. Get your personal trainer. For those of you who have lost the weight, but you want to cut up body, get you a personal trainer. Your body can achieve it. It takes time, but it can happen. I also was telling this young lady about a lady that I know, go out in public, all curvy and everything. Well, guess what? She wear hip pads and butt pads. You would never, ever know because you can't tell. And so everybody is jealous. And this lady literally have some slip-on hip and butt pads. Okay. So we have to understand that a lot of the people that are around us, they're representing a false sense of reality. Okay. People have had plastic surgery. You think they're going to tell you, oh, I've had my boobs done. No, they're not going to tell you they've had their boobs done. They're not going to tell you they've had tummy tucks. They're going to act like they just woke up this way when they did not. So stop comparing yourself to everybody you see, because about 60% of the people, those are false. Everything is false about them. But it helps them feel good. And if you want to feel good, you make changes and enhancements to yourself. You want to eat healthy? Eat healthy so your stomach can stay slim. Fruits and vegetables. Stop eating chocolate. Ariston, you're guilty. Okay? So, if you want to change something about yourself, change it. Identifying what makes you happy. What makes you happy? Maybe going to the grocery store in heels make you happy, but you're worried about what everybody else says. Go to the grocery store in heels. I did it one time and I loved it. Feet was killing me. I did not care. You know why? Because I looked good in them heels grocery shopping like I was somebody. I loved it. Will I do it again? Unless I get some more comfortable heels, but no. Okay? You have to stop worrying about what other people think, okay? Because that is a source of a lot of people's unhappiness. And again, we're talking about selfishness. I'm teaching you how to be selfish. Stop caring because they don't care. They're going to go out looking like they want to. They're going to buy what they want to. You have to do the same thing. Make yourself happy. Your happiness should never be dependent upon another human being. Their thoughts, how they treat you, what they can or cannot do for you. Your happiness should never be dependent on that. You know why? Because as humans, we fail each other. Not intentionally, okay? Most of the time it's inadvertently, but we do. We fail each other because we are flawed in many ways. And that's something that we all have to live with. We're not perfect. Everybody you see has that one thing that keeps them from being perfect. So I encourage you to understand what makes you happy. How do you find that out? By doing different things. I know what makes me happy. Walking in the park, sitting in the parking lot, people watching, eating lots of yummy food. I'm mostly a vegetarian. So if I can find yummy vegetarian dishes and stuff like that, that stuff makes me happy. Love makes me happy. You know, to feel that love. I do have a husband. My husband loves me. So that love that he gives me, it makes me happy. Now, am I dependent on my husband to make me happy? To a certain extent. But he can't get inside of my mind and help me understand and define what makes me happy. I know what makes me happy. And so I tell him some of the stuff that make me happy and the rest I figure out myself. And you have to do the same thing. And that's part of the self-discovery. Sitting down with a pencil and a piece of paper and writing down what makes you happy. Second or third or fourth, I don't know what point I'm on. Hold people accountable for the way they treat you. You have to be selfish about that. You have to be selfish about yourself. Don't let anybody walk all over you, treat you any kind of way, and say anything to you. Now, you might not want to address it right then and there, especially if you are a passive person. I understand that you don't want to have that confrontation and all of that. That's fine. Get your little notebook. Begin to write down things that people say to you that you don't like. Look for reoccurring things. Those things that reoccur with people, then I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm sorry, young gentleman. You're going to have to address it. So if you have 6 entries that says somebody is talking about your level of intelligence, oh no, you have to address that. You have to tell them that you don't like when they say that and not to say it again because that's not who you are. That's being like a little stinky, selfishy attitude. Yes, you have to be. Because guess what? This is all about you. And you have to maintain that posture that is all about me. Me, 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 me. You don't care about how they think, how they feel, because you're going to say what you're going to say. That's not your problem. However they take it is however they take it. That's not for you to understand. That's not for you to go home and think about, well, maybe I shouldn't have said it like that. No, you say it. If somebody is insulting you, then you have to tell them. You hold them accountable. Let them know that they are not going to talk to you any kind of way. It's time out for that, guys. We can't let people do whatever they want to do to us because then they'll just keep on doing it. They'll run over us. No, it's time out for that. So you have to stop. You have to stop that immediately. So get that notebook. And when people say stuff to you, write it down. Just write it down so that they will, at some point, you're going to address it and they won't do it because we can't have all of that going on. Okay. Now, you cannot live up to people's expectations. I do have that here. I wanted to make sure I didn't, because, sometimes I might be getting off points. But listen, you cannot live up to everybody's expectations. Your family is going to expect something. Your friends is going to expect something. Stop. Stop. You can't live up to their expectations. If you don't like it, don't do it. If you are a younger person and you're getting ready to go to college and your parents are pressing you, and you know you don't really want to do it, you better find the strength to sit down and you better talk to your parents and let them know that you want to go a different route, okay? It's all about you. And once you understand that it's all about you and you make that investment in yourself, you are going to be so happy. Stop settling for less. Be selfish about it. You don't have to take what is given to you. You absolutely don't. And that is in relationships. That is in friendships. That is on the job. You don't have to take what is given to you if you don't like it. You are the most important thing in the world, and you are important. Your thoughts, your feelings, all of that. That's why you're going to have to sit and go through some self-discovery and understand what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what would you change, could you do it without any kind of restrictions. Those are the things that I'm trying to instill in you, because now this don't happen overnight. Okay, it happens over time, but you got to start somewhere, and you got to make your way, and you got to move towards that little by little by little. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to build up your confidence. You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to be able to walk up to a door and not open it for the person behind you, but stop and wait for that person to open it. That's going overboard, but I literally have a friend who does that. She'll walk up to a door and stop in a minute and just stop like this until that person opens up the door. I do it to my boys too. When I'm going to the store or something and they're there, I'll stop. One time they went in the store and I was standing right outside and they was like, "Mom, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm not holding this door open for myself." I said, "I got you, strong young man. I don't think so. I'm not doing nothing." Be selfish. You have to. You owe it to yourself. It's time to start loving you. And that is how you love you. You love you by making sure the things that you like are done more. Make self-adjustments. Hold people accountable. Don't just let people do and say whatever they want. Expect more from people. Expect more from your spouse or your significant other. Don't let him or her run you over. Don't let them talk to you any kind of way. Who in the world do they think they are? Absolutely not. What did I just say? For the women that's watching, you a queen. For the men that's watching, you a king. And you deserve better than that. You don't let nobody say whatever they want to say to you and get away with that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a sweetie pie. I love the Lord. My husband is a pastor. I'm a pastor's wife. But guess what you're not going to do? You're not going to say and do whatever you want to do to me. Now, I'm not going to go cussing you out and none of that, because I don't conduct myself like that. But I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to gently put you in your place. And so I want you guys to absorb this thought of being selfish, thought of putting your needs, yourself before other people. If somebody calls you and their electric is off, I'm sorry, there are community services that can help with that. Don't you dare dig into your savings because you know that person is not going to pay the money back and you know you're going to be upset. Don't even do it. You cannot help everybody. You cannot save the world. I had to learn that easily. Not easily, excuse me. I had to learn that the hard way. It took me a while. I can't save everybody, but the people that I can impact, I will. When I have extra that I don't care if you give me back, then I'll give it to you. Now, I'm not about to give you my last. I'm not about to give you half of my bill money thinking you're going to give it back to me by the time my bill is due. I've already been there. I'm not doing that again. And neither should you. You worry about yourself first. You get yourself together. You get your head space together, feeling good, thinking good thoughts, thinking good about yourself, loving the person that you are, accepting the things that you cannot change, and change the things that you can. And that is the key, my friend, to happiness, a life worth living. Okay. So I want you to think about what I said. I want you to think about getting a little journal and writing down throughout the day things and phrases people say to you that you don't like, things that make you happy, things that make you joyous, and begin to implement those things little by little by little in your life. And I don't want to hear again what you don't like and we all have gifts, talents, and abilities. You may haven't found yours yet. Okay. I'm going to help you find it, because we're going to talk about a whole lot of things and maybe you'll say, "Oh, that might be nice. I might like to do that." And let me tell you something. You know what makes me feel good? When I'm helping other people, when I'm doing videos, when I'm providing education, that makes me feel good. That validates me. Okay. So you have to find what is going to bring you joy? What is going to give you that validation? What is going to give you that confidence, that courageousness that you need, that boldness that you need to go after the life that you want? You have dreams, you have goals, but because you're looking at somebody else and saying, oh, that could never be me, you're right. It will not be you if you keep that kind of thought in your mind. It can be you. There's no difference. We all have the same mind, do we not? We all have the same mind. We were all born with the exact same things. Now, some of us have a different type of intelligence. You know what I mean? But we all can learn. So whatever you don't know, you can learn. You want a certain skill? Go figure out how to get that skill. You are capable of doing new things, starting new patterns and habits. It takes a while, but if you're really serious and you really want to change and you really want to feel good about yourself, you have to do this. It is imperative. You want to look good. You want to look like them fake Instagram models. And I know all of them not fake, but it's enough of them that are. You want to look like that? Okay, let's look like that then. Go to the store, get you some hair, pop it on there. You know what I mean? Change it up. If you have natural hair, do some new hairstyles. Google is wonderful. Google you some hairstyles. Get you some clothes. Make yourself look good. Walk straight up. Don't be walking up slouchy and scary and not unsure. No. Straighten up. Hold your head high. Like you own the world. And when you walk into a place, you walk in there like you own it, like it's yours. Okay? You make people respect you that way. All right? And that's called being selfish. So, my friend, that is the art of selfishness. I hope that you have enjoyed what I've told you, but more importantly, I hope that you implement it because it is so very important. I care about people. I care about people living the life that they were created to live. You know, again, I'm a God person. You know, he's come to give us life and give it to us more abundantly. But so many of us are not living an abundant life. Ask yourself why. What is the problem? What needs to happen in order for you to live the life that you know you are meant to live? Thank you so much. I'm so excited that we crossed paths. If you guys have not gotten my books, I'm going to put them in the links below. They are all on Amazon. I would love for you to get them if you visit my website, lovearison.com. You put your email in there. You get a free downloadable prayer journal, just as my way of saying thank you. So I just want you guys to give me some feedback, some comments. If you guys want me to talk about certain things, just leave it in the comments below and we will chat about it. Until the next time, stay super awesome. I'm here if you need me. If you want to chat, comment below and I will answer you back.
There's nobody else like you.